buttons again.
I just want you to know that that entire thing was in the recording.
Oh! Great.
And by that entire thing, I just mean my drawn out noise.
That's beautiful, friend.
Anyway, with talks of Mariah Carey and my lateness, we can start with the session as a recap. You guys went started trekking between the three towns, talking to all of the nobles, quotation marks, avoiding poop mostly. Um, mostly. Vanna did get absolutely walloped by a sheep pie at one point. Luckily, she had soap. She had to use basically all of it to rid herself of the stank, but she did. Um, but yes, with some diplomacy and intimidation, you guys were able to corral the nobles into coming into adopting a ceasefire and then coming to the camp to play a romance game. Uh, Play the Bachelorette, I think, or whatever.
The dating game.
The dating game. And all of the answers that they provided were terrible, some more than others. Looking at Juan Jose, who was especially atrocious.
What would have been even better is if she'd have said, "What would you say, Vena?" Just offhand.
I should have done that. I really should have done that.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Tucked hair behind ears.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, how high are you in the hierarchy of nobles?
Less. Nay, banish the thought. Less.
Vena would not have understood it at all, and she would have just answered.
You should respect.
Meanwhile, Anana's just staring, going,
Huron is just doing his level best not to start just chortling.
You know, and the thing is, if Rin was here, she probably would have fell for Rin instead, because Rin can play the viol. And she appreciates someone who can play music.
Rin is over in the corner at the moment, just sipping tea as we're picking up, I'm assuming right after the, I choose Lady Vena.
Spitting.
Yeah, and that's where we're picking up.
The cackling laughter.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just put myself up next to Ian, and I'll only fall over each other.
So yeah, how does Vena react to that as Ziggy just grabs onto to her hand?
Well, same as last time. Her eyes are wide. Looking around, looking back at Ziggy, looking at Rin, looking at the nobles, looking at Huron and Anna, looking back at Ziggy.
Oh, it's too good! It's too good!
Oh, God. I changed my mind. I love nobles.
Wait. What? Why? What?
And she sort of points and like does the like a ventriloquist, like talking with her mouth shut. Work with me on this.
Just go with it.
Rin will pop up.
Yes, and.
Well, gentlemen,
You know how to look. Rin's doing a thing.
Oh, this is only going to get better.
We have popcorn now.
my heart goes out to each of you, gentlemen. Please, allow me to coach you on what your next steps could be.
We should step back.
Yeah. Also, I forgot at the recap. Each of the nobles has a little standing army directly outside the camp, about 100 feet away.
Schmuzzles.
Yeah, including Schmuzzles.
I feel like we should clarify. Schmuzzles does not have his own army. He is part of an army.
No, Schmuzzles is his own army.
He is his own army.
We have a Hulk. We have a Schmuzzles.
We don't.
Hulk is just one of those fucking dogs from the first Hulk movie.
Rin is going to beckon to these gentlemen to step away from that. Come now, let us lick our wounds, and let's not make any rash decisions in the wake of heartbreak.
This This is highly unorthodox
Yes, but
and deeply
Why?
disrespectful.
Noble.
Deeply disrespectful.
don't trust me. Yeah, I intend to help. I will lean in. Who's saying this one?
Pierre, the red one.
I'll kind of like step here as I'm talking to them. Listen, I intend to help you get your goals. I understood that none of you particularly actually like this woman, and I want to give you some tips from a fellow noble on how to manipulate other women folk off of this tragedy.
Make your persuasion check.
That's
No
right.
deception.
I remember what you're gonna do now.
I deny Rin having any amount of Riz. I demanded a deception check.
This is not Riz.
This
He's
is
not
the
rizzing
oldest
it.
trick in the book.
25.
He's trying to provide fake Riz to the
Oh, he's genuinely going
Oh.
to give them tips on how to be sleazebags. He's just persuading them to believe him.
Yeah, your deception is the same anyway, so it doesn't even fucking matter. That's a okay.
25.
So yeah, they look. All three of them, who looked ready to throw a riot, where you might have been in the center of it, just sort of calm down, just like, well, our skills are. Well, I know my skills are impeccable, but it might not hurt to get a different perspective from someone far away. However, just as they just sort of, they're sort of surrounding you, but they sort of just get closer. All of that is useless without suitors.
Of course.
I'm back.
Let me walk you through this. Get some paper, quills. Meet me over here at the stump. I'm gonna give y'all some notes. This ain't my first rodeo.
Teach them your ways, senpai.
I cut my eyes over to her.
Anana,
Devilish grin.
one of them is not following Rin. One of them has approached you.
Uh-oh.
Which one is it?
Oh, let me hear y'all say uh-oh.
This is Juan Jose.
We both just
Juan
turned.
Jose is the green one.
Yeah,
right?
the one who had particularly heinous answers.
Yeah.
I like to say, we both just turned and stared at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe he's talking to you.
Yeah, as he bows to Anana. My lady.
Oh, please.
You're not her type. You're not her type. No, Rin. No, sweetheart.
I don't
no.
think this is going
Let
to
him
end well
let
for
him
you.
cook. Let him cook, Rin. Let him eat of the stew. Go on, Mr. Jose.
You are surely a lady of great pedigree, as I have heard. And you are clearly quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
Do
happen?
you want me to spare you the heartbreak, or do you want me to let you get it out first? Which will make you feel better?
Let him cook.
Excuse me?
Oh, shit.
Which will make you feel better? Do you want me to let you get it out? Will it help if you've gotten it all out of your system first? Or is it
I have no idea what you're on about.
right?
Let him cook.
Just let me know if you want me to step in, Nana. I think you've got this handled.
See, unfortunately, she's married
You know,
to
I feel
the
like
cloth.
this is about to be a very good learning experience for you. Why don't you go ahead?
Oh.
Go ahead for me or him.
Let him cook.
Oh, yes. So I was wondering if you would perchance go on a little excursion with me. Perhaps he looks down. Crush my head in your thighs.
I mean,
Right. So I'm going to give you a few lessons, and I'm going to do this kindly because you have actually gone about this in a very interesting manner. First off, points for asking. You get points for asking. I think that's the first time you've probably considered doing that, and so you do get points for actually asking.
They have. Your physique has certainly awakened something in me.
I'm very glad to hear that because I think you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of that in the coming days. Second off, you might want to you might want to get to know people a little bit better before you proposition them if you're trying to avoid disappointment. If you're casting a wide net, then this technique works. But if you're looking for accuracy, then you need to know if you're throwing a dart at a dartboard or if you're throwing a dart. What would I be in this analogy? Probably a lake. I'm more for skipping stones. You're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not interested in your type. The other thing that would be very prudent for you to know in your pursuit, and this is more about me specifically than my pedigree is strange at best. It's minor nobility. Minor nobility. Lady Vader herself, definitely going to be higher up on the echelons than I am. It's a bit more of just respect amongst my people where I come from that kind of results in a lot of names of essentially people who have held this title of respect before me. It's all of their names. So it's just my name getting added onto it. It's not really like true nobility. I wasn't gifted all of these names at birth. It's more of like a
I could step in and fix this and say she's a lady of the cloth. She couldn't possibly be involved in something like that.
Oh, I see. Oh, and I get, I understand what you're saying as well about, Lady Veda. If I go over, I can woo both of them and get twice the renown.
Pal, I need to allow me. You are criminally insane at this point. I don't truly understand your commitment to this doubling down.
I'll tell you when you're older.
No, I get why he's doing it, but I mean, he must be mentally impaired to think he's still having a shot here.
I'm trying to go with mentally impaired for the army. Pretty sure it wasn't him which smells this. It was that blue. It was that blue bastard.
San Juan or whatever your name was.
No, it was Pierre. Pierre had smuzzles.
Oh, I thought you were having the same. He was correcting me on his name.
No, I wanted to crush the blue one. The red one has smuzzles.
Yes.
Now, San Juan, whatever your name is.
Don Quixote.
Your other two compadres are going to get their notes so I can show them how to bounce back from this and get more connections. You, however, are using the time to prepare to instead get rejected not once, but twice now, after the initial big rejection. I think your time might be better spent going and getting the paper like I told you to, and so we can give you the skills to be better in the future. Or you can continue down this path, and the other two guys will snatch up all the suitable bachelorettes in the area. It's really your decision. I'm starting without you either way.
Okay, make me a persuasion check at disadvantage because you called him mentally impaired.
I was about to say, that's not the way to go with
He's a unique existence.
Now, I'd like to argue that throwing in the thing about you're only hurting yourself, these other two guys are going to take everybody, you should balance it out.
No. You insulted him twice in that same thing, you get disadvantage.
I have a way to fix this. Imagine every time I've told you off. How long did it take for you to let that go?
Quite literally meant nothing to Rin for the most part. Like, it just... At 15 still. Could have been 21. Oh.
I can never get over how fucking long the names are in the fucking chat. It just goes on. It just...
So Rin's dressing him down works? Question mark?
Yeah.
Well, clearly he has a kink or two, so maybe it works for him.
He considers it. And you know what? Huron, you're right. He's like, I see what you're saying. Yes, I've been...
If you can mentally crush him in your thoughts.
Yes. He steps over to you. And he kneels.
Are you free, young man?
There we go.
You seem
I
to be
appreciate the respect.
of much higher stock than
I start
the lady
laughing.
over there.
There we go.
Yeah, I
Right.
appreciate this. Yeah, the respect is earning you some things. Keep going.
Would you take my hand in marriage?
You've not talked me up nearly enough. Keep
You
going.
know, it's
Not enough
everything I
riz.
wished.
Keep rizzing. Keep rizzing.
It's everything I wished for and more.
Keep going.
Your horns, they sparkle like the stars in the night sky.
I
Boring.
vomit.
I've heard it before. Keep going.
Man, how flirt.
I don't.
Rin has got his legs crossed and is just staring down his nose at this guy.
No, stop. That's gonna turn him on even more.
Kiss the boot.
And by the way, the other two have come over and started taking
He's
notes.
barefoot, Huron.
No.
He is, and one of them has been licked, and one of them still needs to be licked. I can't believe I just fucking.
I can't believe this is Bill. I can't believe this happened in Bill's game. God damn.
Bill said that as if a ghost possessed him to say that phrase.
Look, Bill. This is the kind of shit that goes down in my game. I think I've done something to you.
I think Connor's right. I think someone fucking possessed me at that last fucking thing. So what we're gonna do, so I can regain my consciousness, is cut over to while Juan Jose is trying to rizz up Rin. We go back to Ziggy and Vena, and she's like, "Okay, I think that distracted them enough. I'm just gonna pack up and go."
Okay, that would be a good idea. I'm kind of in shock.
Look, you. I did kind of say that, just to try to diffuse things, but you are kind of a nice lady, so that's not, the offer isn't completely off the table, but we would have to know each other for a lot longer. But anyway, don't take it too much to mind, too much to heart. And she starts just, okay, and she just claps, and her entourage starts packing things up at lightning speed. If you could just make sure the sheep don't run away, you should probably get them back to them.
Okay. Vanna's face is a little red, and she turns away and looks at the sheep. She's like, "How was I supposed to take that?"
Yeah. She just sort of pats Vena on the shoulder. Alright. And she is going to roll a stealth.
Did you get advantage because Rin is and on are absolutely drawing their attention?
Yes.
Put your shoe back on, Rin.
I don't wear shoes.
No.
You never wear shoes.
It's like a barefoot sandal. It's like
that would get rid of the flavor.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like the earthbending shoes from Legend of Korra, like heels and palms out. Like he maybe has something under the bridge of his feet, but like them are nasty feet.
That's awful.
And one of them was licked clean by a Zorn.
Ew.
Yep.
I no longer want to be on this party.
I no longer wish to live on this plane.
I'm sending him back to Dow territory.
Yahoy!
No! I smash! Reckless. Whack-a-mole.
Just whack-a-mole. He's coming for your feet, too.
I have hooves!
He's coming for your hooves!
Not my hooves.
You ever seen those videos of the people taking the metal spikes to cow hooves to unimpact them?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get nails and stuff?
My eyes watch this.
Well,
That with a tongue.
Zorn's got sharp teeth.
Oh.
Come on, Huron, it'll feel nice. First they take out the gunk, and then their teeth will be like a hardwire brush.
Bill!
Please stop talking.
So does she get away?
We keep vamping?
Let me know if we cut back to me. I have lines.
Yeah, sorry, I was just coughing. Yeah, as she starts making her, they're making good time, pretty silently.
She's sneaking out the bathroom window of the Olive Garden right now.
Yeah, Juan Jose is like,
Olive Garden scum.
your skin is as deep and rich as the
Mhm.
bottle of wine.
You're running out of purple things.
There's not much purple things.
Try an eggplant!
Please don't. I don't need to see what you. I don't need to hear what you come up with.
No,
please.
no.
Every
Now
time he
I'm
speaks-
curious.
Every time he speaks, it is like eating nightshade.
Oh, that's yes. Your gaze upon me cuts as deep as nightshade cuts.
That's it. I take up my
You know,
hammer.
actually, that one was actually decent.
Let's
Second
take a little
one.
pause here. What are we noticing? The other two, hands up. Any? What are we noticing?
He seems desperate.
Exactly.
Okay, in his attempt, what is? I mean, he does seem desperate, but what in that attempt is different from all three of your attempts on Lady Ziggy?
They just stare at you
There
with
is a
blank
correct
faces.
answer here.
They're just staring at you. You
They're-
know what, let me
they're talking
roll.
about-
Let me.
They're talking about him. They're talking about Rin, not themselves.
They just blink at you.
They're talking about their partner that they're trying to woo.
Every single
You know,
eye
allow
test.
me. Look, if you're gonna try and manipulate these women into getting with you, because obviously this approach of trying to win them over normally hasn't worked. You're gonna have to lay into their good nature. You can compliment their looks all you want, but most people already do that. So what you're really gonna want to do is make yourself stand out. What's something that they haven't heard before? Yes, they've heard they're beautiful. That Nightshade line, though, write that down. That was a good one. You might be able to
That
win
was
some
very
folks over with it.
I
However,
regret.
consider instead starting off a bit slower, playing like you don't want them. Make them think they need you, and then slowly convince them that you are doing them a favor by getting with them. This kind of manipulation is how you'll get somebody roped in with you for at least a good decade, and by that time, they're past the mating window. So you've got them locked down.
Please don't ever describe it as that ever again.
Do they actually take notes on what
They,
absolute horrid things Rin
oh,
just
they
said?
are taking notes. They are taking many notes. They're like, we'll just times that by just a century. We'll do that instead, just for
Now,
making it elven time scale.
Oh,
You know
I'm
how
sorry,
it
I
is.
scaled it down too much. My bad.
so this, especially if you're scaling it up, like getting to know someone before you jump right into asking for their hand in marriage can be useful, not only in knowing what kind of compliments to give them, but you'll know better if they're likely to say yes or if they're going to be an absolute no. So for myself personally, you are interested in Peaches.
Wink, wink.
Your problem with me is that I am also interested in Peaches.
Wink, wink.
I am not interested in Eggplant. Alright? And that's about all that you have to offer. It's good. There are a lot of women out there that are very into Eggplant. I'm not one of them. So for me, it's always going to be a no, no matter how lovely you are. Or might become someday.
I don't grow eggplant. I grow sheep.
Rin will whisper the translated context into his ear.
Oh, you like butts.
No, she's your competition, diptard. Sorry.
Yep, there it is. Wrong side. Similar area, but the front rather than the
Hey,
back.
it doesn't have to be the wrong side.
Oh.
There it is. But that's also what you are in pursuit of. So we are both in pursuit of the same thing. I am not. I am a key searching for a lock. You are also a key searching for a lock.
You're gonna have to get explicit. We'll cover Vena's ears if you're worried about her hearing.
Honestly,
I wish I didn't hear anything out of
me as a
any
lady
one
that
of your
they
mouths.
wearing and just passed right out.
Every ounce of what you guys have said so far is just absolutely awful.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? How can you hear the words coming out of your mouth and not feel like a piece of shit?
Well, I'm not the one doing it. I'm telling him they should.
We're not saying
We've been
outright
traveling
I'm
with
a
Rin.
lesbian.
Wow, Vane, I never took you for the homophobic type. Sad.
You know, you know who we've been traveling with the last few weeks. This isn't new.
You're giving them the worst advice ever.
No.
No advice that we could give them is going to be good, and if they all listen to it. Any
I
advice
promise you this will work.
Wasn't there a?
It's not that I believe it won't work. I believe it will work, and that's the worst part. You're telling them to be absolutely terrible people to others.
You hear that, gentlemen?
Women.
You hear that, gentlemen? Yeah, she thinks it'll work too. There's another review for you.
And as Miss Voidworth said,
He's gone.
You just see like the blinking anime outline of where her tent used to be as they look at
Family
Vena.
fun trap.
yep.
Talk about a shock.
Family fun trap. They're gone.
I'm sorry. I'm cracking up a little bit at how do you not hear the words coming out of your mouth and not hear the vile shit you're saying?
We're like, no, we hear it.
You're not as giving decent advice. Rin is actually teaching them to be villains. Rin is actually teaching them to be villains.
Yes. And they're like, yes, okay, we see, and we get that Miss Anana is not up for grabs, but is in fact competition.
Yes, very good.
Why is it the only points that you've gotten?
Hey, listen! They're learning that women can be lesbians. This is a big step forward.
Oh dear.
She run over to me.
I ever thought we'd get. This is a diversity win.
What are you all doing?
Oh dear.
We must get to know you.
You haven't.
You seem to curry favor with Lady Snigzarina. So obviously you are desirable.
Gentlemen, she's fresh off of a heartbreak. Can you not see that the lady has left her?
The lady has left? As they look.
Really? What the fuck?
She's long gone by now.
Can I quickly insight Vena real quick? On a scale of 1 to screwed over, how frazzled are you?
She's pissed. She's pretty pissed. Look, do any of you three realize how shallow and how empty this is? What?
Do any of
You wanted to marry Lady Ziggy, and all of your answers were absolutely awful, and you thought nothing about the actual woman. You wanted a marriage for money, you wanted it for fame, you wanted it for 87 children. For some reason, every one of you wanted 87 children. I don't know if you planned it or not, but that was weird. Either way, not a single one of you actually cared about the woman you were trying to marry, other than the fact that she was a lady and a noble. In the time that I spent speaking to her in the go-between of all this nonsense that I had to deal with all of the sheep pies and all of the tired peasants that you abused for this stupid charade, I learned more about her than any one of you would have in 30 years of marriage, even 400. That's why you failed. Because you didn't offer anything worth marrying. And you didn't even try. So perhaps instead of listening to how to woo women and break their hearts and manipulate them, like Rin is saying, Perhaps you can learn to be people.
So I think it's right about time, and Huron is going to just walk forward, pick Veda up, and go, "Good day," and just fucking leave. We need to go. Do you resist? Like Huron just like, nope. This is a bad day. This is a bad noble day. Just gonna.
Vanda doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I
Bad
just go.
For the nobles, that is certain.
Yeah, I go. Good day. Good
Yeah,
day. And I just fucking book it.
they look. You see all of them. They look hollow. There's nothing behind eyes anymore.
I book it with Veda. Going, time to go. I just fucking book it in the direction there's not an army.
Just remember, lesbians exist. They are not
No,
creatures.
that's
That's not a leave.
We're going. We are leaving.
Best of luck in your future endeavors,
Oh
gentlemen.
God, Rin is just a Sarian, isn't he?
Yes.
I actually told Shane very specifically that I wanted to make Rin a little more Astarian.
All right.
Do it.
So, Huron just in full frontal running mode. Like, nope. Just pick up the plank board, yelling at these hollow creatures, and I go. I leave. Like, this is a time. We're going. These are all nobles. I don't like being here anymore. I don't feel safe. No, go. He called me a pack animal. He should die. I'm leaving.
You should not feel safe. The Schmuzzles is still watching you with those circular red eyes.
Fuck you, Schmuzzles. I keep running.
So I think we are actually going to try and walk away after that speech. Do they do anything?
No, they're just standing there.
I wasn't vamping. I picked the bitch up and leave.
We were vamping.
I follow behind, likely with Vena going, or excuse me, Anana going. I mean, it could have gone worse.
Oh, it could have gone much worse. I'm very pleased that it ended up the way that it did. I don't think that could have gone any better.
Alright.
They'll probably still default to what I told them, if we're being fully truthful, though.
Oh, I
Given-
absolutely think they will.
I am gone. About, let's say, 10 minutes of running later, I'm gonna set Vena down next to a tree. She's like, "Are you good?"
Not
No.
on red or walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need to talk about it? Because that seemed like a pretty deep set outburst.
It's just disgusting to hear. All of it.
Well, yes, I've been disgusted since we've gotten here by many things, especially the behavior. But you're usually the most composed of us.
Well, maybe you're a little more tolerable to abusing people's minds than I am.
I literally got into a fight with Rin over doing the same thing on day one. I don't think we should be using that as a metric. Perhaps say I'm in your stupidity.
I
So
don't
I
see
guess-
why convincing them to emotionally abuse other people would be any better than what just happened.
I think Rin was just working on getting us not less consequences and not really concerned with the consequences of people once we're gone.
Are we there for this, or they ran ahead? He
I
said he ran,
sprinted.
and Anna and I casually
You
strolled.
sprinted. If you guys strolled, you wouldn't be there.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're having
So-
our own conversation.
I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. At this point, I've given up on moralizing at Rin, and I'm just going to try and mitigate as we go, and trying to lead by your example. As you are between the likes of me, Inara, and Rin, you are the least likely to get us killed.
Well, based on how things have gone so far, I'm the most likely to get us killed.
You know what? Maybe that was a poor choice of words on my part.
But regardless, I'm not ever going to try to dump terrible things onto other people for our own safety. If
That
you don't
is-
agree with that, then perhaps you should silence me.
Okay, one, I'm not that cloak and dagger. We know this. Second of all, I agree with you. It's just I've given up on trying to control Rin because that doesn't end well.
I know. He'll do whatever he wants, but it doesn't mean I have to approve of it.
That is completely fine, and I agree. Just if you're gonna pop off next time, let me know like 5 minutes ahead of time so I can stretch for you because I'm pretty sure I pulled something.
Sorry, it was for the moment kind of thing.
You know what? Fair enough. Given my last one was a little more severe, I don't think I can say too much on that. So, yeah, how's about this? Let's wait here a moment. Just drink some water. Just sit. I'm pretty sure Rin already knows which route I took. I don't didn't exactly stealth as I trampled through the forest. So to sit here,
We can follow the hoof prints.
We see
Yeah,
the toppled trees. We'll follow.
yeah, we'll just give them a few minutes to catch up, and then I'll follow your lead. Sound good?
Okay.
Because we also have to circle back for Fadeawin and Rin's
Slade.
butt boy.
Slade.
Slade.
But
Who
boy,
is Slade? Who is Slade? Slades. Who is Slade? Yeah.
Red X.
And Slades.
About how far did we run?
I said I ran for like 5 or 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and before I stopped.
Okay.
yeah, you're just kind of in the middle of like not the middle because you were at the middle, but you know you're just kind of in the woods right now. You have not made it to one of the roads.
It wouldn't be too hard to circle back. It was a straight line.
When Inanna and Rin show up, I imagine we're still laughing and giggling.
Oh, absolutely. And Anna has not stopped laughing. Like, she'll
If-
start to calm down and then get back into it.
It's like when you
If
try not to
it
laugh. and you
took
look
a
at your friend
few
in class.
minutes, Vanna would have said something after sitting silently.
Huron is just setting up a little campfire to cook some meat.
You know, you mentioned that it's probably deep-seated kind of thing to make me outburst. I didn't really think of anything, but sitting in silence, I realize it's the same reason why my father wasn't too fond of me. I did the same thing dealing with all the nobles that visited Krigira. Well, the king thought it was, well, funny. My father didn't. And I thought I had contained myself for the most part. Or at least, well, I didn't do a good job, apparently.
Not everyone's cut out for the cloak and dagger bit.
That's a good name for it.
So, it's not a fault to be to be open with yourself. It just means that wasn't your thing. So, don't get too down about it. Matter of fact, given the antics of all of us, looks down the pathway, we could use a bit more of that outburst telling us where it is. Oh, don't want to burn it. Keeps turning this bit. Everybody has their own level of fuck ups that can impact themselves and those around you. I have my own share. I'm sure Rin, deep down, has things he regrets.
Deep down.
Inanna,
Oh.
as sure as she is, I don't believe it. I believe all of that bravado is necessarily real. She seems angry at something, but that's everyone. Who knows?
Well, it's done a lot of things to my life. I thought I could change something. But maybe that's why I got kicked out in the first place. Maybe my father noticed that it wasn't going to change.
Well, as far as I'm aware, your powers are literally based on your convictions. So you seem pretty back there at least of not sound mind, but you felt true to your purpose there, didn't you? You meant everything you said.
100%.
Then that's all there is to say it. But basically, what I'm saying is, fuck everyone else's opinions. Be true to your path. Sorry to get a little winded there. I smell snark.
We're getting close.
She's
The
gonna
wizard-
sit.
Your distant laughter.
She's gonna sit by the fire and not say anything.
Oh, God. Don't look at me, Nana. I can't.
No, stop it.
I can't look at you, or I'm gonna. It's gonna start all over again.
I know.
Oh, there you two are. Why does it look like somebody shot your horse? You don't look.
Sit down. I made food.
Oh.
Thank you. Why do I feel like we're about to get a very stern talking to from Mom and Dad?
Dad's eating his grilled cheese and boar sandwich. You can you can share that. As I'm going to lean up against a boulder and just eat my grilled cheese.
Transcends lifetimes.
Go on, eat.
All right.
Tiny nibble.
Didn't slave over this campfire while you two were chortling along the way.
I know this one. I'm
Well,
sorry.
pardon us if we prefer to walk. It's not like we
You-
asked you to run all that way.
You didn't see Schmuzzles.
I did. He was adorable.
I'm not asking you for fashion advice or what constitutes as adorable anymore. Let's take another bite out of my
I
sandwich.
wouldn't recommend it. I don't know why you would have done that in the first place.
Should we go ahead and crack open the teeming pot of turmoil here?
Maybe we can sit in silence for a few minutes while we gather our thoughts. Just relax
Alright.
and let it simmer for a minute. The pot will be there in the morning or in 5 minutes. It does not matter. By the way, we still need to head back for Fadewind and Slade, so we can do that nowish or but what I look up. What time of day is it, DM?
You look up. It's like late midday, and as you look from the sun back down, you see Fadewind and Slade riding on Vaina's horse.
Okay, good. They're there.
Well, good. No one shot.
The horse is here.
Peter. All right, so we don't gotta go back then.
Yeah,
So
and Fadewind just sort of waves. Oh, there you are.
so instead of that, should we just go straight here after a rest and clearing our thoughts, head up to the next job?
I have nothing else left to do here.
I don't have anything I feel the need to share with the group, but I wanted to offer the place for you or Vaina. But if you don't want to take it, we can just move on to the next job.
Well, I'll say my piece first while Vena's chewing on her food. Well, I can see the tactical sense in turning the nobles on each other loose or just to distract them. I don't know what your intentions were. I never have. What I can say is, eventually that word, at least from this perspective, will get back to the guild, and that's going to look bad on us. So maybe find less toxic interpretations on how to finish the mission.
Well, to rebuttal, and I don't mean to try and correct you on it, but I have made them. We saw their skill levels. They are going to make themselves far worse suitors with that information than they were before.
How unique would a purple tiefling with crystals growing out of his head? How unique would you think you were?
Well, hold on.
Fairly.
Wasn't
You
the
think you
complaint
would get?
from- Hold on, but wasn't the initial complaint that we were sent out here to solve not from the nobles at all, but from the civilians and the merchants that were being inconvenienced by the sheep shit
Fine.
fight? Which we've now put a stop to. I don't see why the nobles would be sending complaints.
I'm not saying the nobles will, but I'm saying word will get back to the guild, and either we'll have to file reports or they'll find out that they're going to just create more problems now. I was under the impression that adventurers were supposed to make life better.
For the most part, they will. I mean, this is just how nobility works, Euron. I mean,
I disagree. I've seen prime examples of good nobles, and I've seen prime examples of others. As he swallows more, no, I'm not going there.
Huron, my entire life has been in this sphere of, I come, Huron, all over. I've spent my entire life in the world of politics and nobility and white collar, blue collar. The people that those gentlemen are going after will be some noble who has a whole family that they'll have to impress. And what I said isn't news, and it really is just going to be a flag to most of the people they meet to that they are not suitors worth going with.
But Rin, why do nobles have to be so terrible?
That's just the way it is, sadly. Why do predators have to eat? Why do innocent animals have to be killed for bigger ones to eat? It's how they run the world. You could try to change it, but you just hurt your own advances, and the people who really get a kick out of doing the very vile stuff would get ahead.
I don't think trying to help people improve themselves is ever worth not doing.
Aaron just leans back into the boulder thoughtfully.
I apologize if my attempt to defuse the situation and let us get away without being surrounded by 3 armies.
Not blaming you for trying.
Then what is going on here? Because I'm a bit confused now.
I just wish I didn't have to hear those things come out of your mouth. That was just so easy to say something so vile.
Let me assuage you on that, then. I would never use any of those kinds of tactics on you all. I have spent most of my life learning the art of manipulation.
I would never use so terribly.
I think too highly of any of you all to do it, and I would only do it to preserve us and our interests. What I told them to do, I was manipulating them. That to really know how to do what I said takes a lot of time and practice, and they've already got a reputation for being not great. It's not going to go well for them in the future when they try and do this. But how do I put? I know you all are uncomfortable when I start to meddle with people's minds. I don't know how to express that this is just different kinds of combat rather than breaking their bones, setting them up for failure down the line, setting a trap for them.
You're giving them enough rope to hang themselves.
Yes, and yes, there is a manipulation aspect to it, and I can understand why you'd be uncomfortable with it, but they obviously weren't good people I was taking advantage of.
I think the issue is that them inherently being nobles, as you said, and being bad people, scum even, have just been given a boost in the not so great direction where, hey, I can get whatever I want. So let's see if we can upgrade this from sheep shit to fire, to sending quote unquote schmuzzles out to fetch something.
Where did we ever bring that up?
Just hypothetically, just giving them a little bit of a push in the wrong direction can cascade.
All I did was give them a quote unquote advice on how to talk to women that would get them rejected time and time again.
And what do you think happens when they get frustrated for being rejected time and time again?
It's going to happen whether we had given them something or not. And it's entirely possible that this will work on a noble lady one day. Not every noble lady is fortunate enough for the luxury of being allowed to say no. We're lucky Ziggy had that luxury.
Huron just looks at his hammer.
There may be ladies that don't have the prospect say no to that kind of a match, that might not be marrying for love, and we can't do anything about that. We never can. And they wouldn't have listened. Ultimately, we needed to be able to get Ziggy out of there safely. We needed to distract them long enough for her to be able to make her escape. And we did.
I'm just worried for
If
the
we
people.
didn't play to them, they wouldn't have listened at all.
Kieran, you're taking a whole lot of responsibility for 3 dirtbags who were already abysmal when we saw them.
I could give a lesson.
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
You and I have no control over what they did before or what they do after. And the worry that in 10 years' time they might burn down a village out of anger or frustration has really no bearing on what we did today. That is the culmination of so many other factors. And while it's noble that you want to
We could stop it.
we couldn't, though. You tried to convince them to just leave her alone, didn't you? And they obviously didn't relent. So now they get to go circle around each other and stew.
There has to be another way.
Not for my ilk. This is
Here's the
life.
problem, Huron.
He turns to
The
you.
other way is long. And it doesn't come to fruition until long after our kind are dead. It's centuries of progress at a snail's pace. It doesn't change overnight. Nothing like that, nothing that big and that ingrained can change overnight. It's a difficult uphill climb. And it's very slow.
Draw on class, say, a skin from his pouch, a wine skin filled with not wine. That may my descendants damn them in their line. And he just knocks it back.
I will say, to assuage you a little bit, the people who have actual power in this world, not minor lords over some plots of land, generally have a bit more brains on them and don't obsess like this and cause problems for little folk. So,
There's
not
something else at play here, and I would love to know what it is, Huron.
Huron offers his booze bag to anyone else.
no.
I want a clear head so that I can understand.
Then wake me up in the morning. I'm quite done with thinking for now.
Raina, did you want to pile in?
Rena stands up. I don't know why. Why is it ever okay to just forsake someone? Even them. Forsake whoever they deal with. Forsake that one noble lady. All to diffuse a situation, all to do left and right. Why?
Do you believe her forsaken?
Why is it ever wrong to try to convince people to be better?
It's not wrong to try and convince them. You believe the world can be fixed, and that's commendable. I instead see its flaws and know how to twist them for what I want and need.
Sometimes all we can give are little tiny pushes in the right direction. Trying to get them to get to know the people that they're trying to woo. To talk about their partners rather than themselves. It's small steps. But do you truly believe her forsaken, Vena?
I believe whoever they manage to convince with the things that you told them, they're doomed.
Maybe.
With these empty, hollow, manipulative games that you convince them to try.
My
Maybe.
dear, there's the same games that they've been playing their entire lives. That's what we saw. We merely shifted the focus of the games from trying to shine a spotlight onto these men that will overshadow these women for their entire marriages to actually trying to get a little bit of something for these women. For some of these girls, this is the only hope they have. An auspicious marriage. We've done what we can to at least try to help them have been noticed. That their husband might know their name. Sometimes that's all we can do. Because we can't reach everyone. We can't save everyone. We can't help everyone. To think that we can, it'll burn you out.
Vena looks up, her eyes with tears in them. I would rather burn out 1,000 times than forsake someone to live a life of mental abuse. And then she'll turn away, stomping towards where Faduin and Slade are coming from.
Rin rather inappropriately will whisper to Inanna. I don't know what their view on arranged marriages is.
I think they've told us a lot more than they said.
Kieran just turns to stare at you. How much of this is a game to you?
Don't.
With nobility. These things, I mean,
Do they all just play these games with people?
not all.
How high does this go?
Do
Where's
you want
head of
the
snake?
do you want the true answer, or do you want what'll make you feel better at night?
I am a very focused creature. I need to know where the snake is. I want its
Huron,
head.
there's no easy answer because they're all individuals. All of them are going to think and feel differently, even if their behaviors are based from the same cloth, from the same mannerisms. They're going to think of people differently and treat people differently. There are some nobles that their right-hand servant is their closest confidant that they trust with their lives and that they would gladly stand in front of if they were threatened. And there are some that see it as no more than an automaton. There is no way to tell at a glance or even at just one meeting because they're people. Everyone is a person and they fail and they make mistakes and they're cruel and unjust and it's not fair and it's not right.
You're
But
on.
you cannot say because it goes all the way up to the highest of the highest nobles on this entire planet that all nobles are bad because it's not true. And you can't say that if the highest of the highest nobles was good on this planet, that then they're all good, because it doesn't work that way. It's not all or nothing. It's individuals and their choices. And that's all that you can go off of.
I'm a simple creature, not a. I can only go off of what I've seen. What I've seen today, and in these last few weeks, if I'm going to be honest. One, I know not all nobles are bad. I started in a party made mostly of nobles. I don't know if that was some joke the guild putting the country hick barbarian with a party of nobles. But I was lucky to meet a vast array of you all. There's Rin. Enough said.
Wow.
There's you, who are. You're more of a. From what I've been able to tell, you are more of a warlord type. No nobility from what I've seen. I don't know. I don't know your story. That's up to you. What I do know is that the highest moral echelon I can see, the true word when I think of actual nobility, is currently over there having a crisis. Because your two ideologies just clashed.
Rin looks aghast when you
most-
refer to Vena as the echelon of nobility.
Dude,
Like, legitimately is offended.
of what it should, of what Huron's views it should be.
He didn't say that. He literally, in canon, just said that Vena is like higher nobility than Rin, and he's like mother clutching the pearls.
Yeah.
She okay. She's what a noble should.
I can accept that.
But just
Acceptable.
But
to
Hang
encounter a noble.
I'm not done. Me? I am a mutant minotaur. There probably won't be a creature like me for a while. And I'm going to. That man back there called me a pack animal. And I played up being angry a bit just to get my kicks in. But all I know is I'm only going to get stronger. And if I can manage to claw my way to the top to where I can do what I want, I'm not as good of an outstanding moralist as Vena. If I see something dumb, if I see something cruel, if I see something evil, well, he has to get his head crushed between someone's thighs. So maybe my hammer will do.
Good.
Take caution that you don't do this out of anger. I know that's a bit hypocritical given what
He
you
gives
do.
you he gives you the offended look.
I am a
Don't
barbarian!
do it out of anger, barbarian.
No,
Don't.
no class features.
No class.
Mildly upset is his second level feature.
It is now.
Slightly
Be careful
perturbed.
don't do this
That's
out of
brawn.
vengeance, because it will warp faster than you could ever imagine. And soon it won't be if you see something, it'll be if someone rubs you the wrong way. Take care. Nothing is absolute.
Is the absolute Baldur's Gate 3?
I never cared for the color gray. I'm going to bed.
So, do you still want that unnerving truth about the world you live in, or?
Let him sleep.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna let him anyway, but I had to get him back for saying that Vane outranked me. All right.
He just lumbers off to his tent.
Are they both out of earshot?
I imagine we two are walking away and on it.
Vena walked past Slade and Fadewind and just walked into the distance.
Yeah. She's chilling in the woods. Huron's sleeping over, and then I imagine we two were sitting at a camp for a minute to convene.
What are we going to do?
I don't know how to express to them that holding power rarely happens by being nice and doing what's right. I mean, there's a reason we have standing armies to hold territory and not gentle reminders and cooperation.
But if they don't trust us,
They trust us, but they don't want us. They're more afraid of our actions than us. They don't like that we're a bit cynical in our approach here. Vena still hopes for good in people, and Huron, as he said, he himself doesn't quite meld with the idea of a gray area. He wants things to be good, he wants things to be bad, and he wants to hit the bad things. In my previous life, I might say that he is one of the countless brainless brutes we use to accomplish our goals. But now that I'm more enlightened, I say that he just needs a reality check. And that'll only come by venturing with us and continuing to build trust and friendship and talking with them.
but will he? I don't know if he sees you and I the same way he saw the other three of those nobles.
Maybe me, not you. I mean, he
I don't know.
respects some of your rage and battle prowess. He takes.
I don't know. After tonight.
He's described himself as a very simple man. You just have to show him that you aren't as evil as them, and it should put you back in the good camp.
We shouldn't have to do that.
You shouldn't.
He's our ally. He's our friend.
But
I'm not in the habit of proving that I'm not evil. I've been saddled with that most of my life because of what I am.
you're right. It's not fair. And it's a shame nobody understands the plight of being judged for looking different. As the Huron, as Rin looks at you through his tiefling eyes.
I know you understand. That's why I can say it to you. I don't understand how Huron couldn't today.
No, imagine his background. He comes from mercenaries. From my understanding, they kind of just assume that each are going to betray the other. Very affrontly. There's not a lot of deeper suspicion or thoughts of subtlety. This world of hidden intentions is a little new. Yeah. In the same way that he has patience for me when I talk about not understanding how like peasants do things. We kind of have to just understand that others have come from a very different place. And it's going to be a journey to try and understand each other. And yes, it is unfair that we have to be the bigger people. But it comes with the territory. And you are welcome to be pissed and seethe about it. And you are more than welcome to talk to me about your frustrations. But
Rin, that's the worst part. I'm not angry at all.
what are you feeling?
I'm very sad.
Me too. You'll probably carry that sadness with you for a long time. But you'll learn how to carry it.
You're supposed to be our friends. I don't understand. You'd see tears just held in her eyes.
No. He's gonna go in for a hug.
Limp. I'm just letting it happen.
This 90-pound soaking wet tiefling is giving you a hug. Don't actually put your weight on me though, or you might break.
I'm not.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. But
No, I know.
okay.
I don't know what to do.
Talk to Huron one-on-one. I'll distract Vena tomorrow night and give you some time to talk to him one-on-one. Until then, talk to me more about it. Maybe I can give you some points that can help you approach him.
I need to know if this is just a general hatred of nobility or a mistrust of a rage, which I can't really fault him for. Especially after what he said. I understand that kind of rage. I do.
It sounds like you're already starting to get some understanding. Imagine how
I've
much
always-
more you'll have when you talk to him.
I know, but it's the mistrust that I need to know how he sees you and I. Because I would, much as he is formidable and doesn't truly need it, I would stand in front of him, in front of you, in front of Vena. I would give my life for any of yours.
Well, I would stand behind most of you all because there's really not much I'd slow anything down physically. I would absolutely also say that I trust every single one of you, and given the opportunity, I think I have shown that I try and put forth power to protect you all, even
Right.
if some don't agree with my methods, such as the ghost town or with the
But
zombies.
if he can't trust me because of who I am, if he can't trust me, then I don't know if I should be here.
Inanna, I need you to hear this from somebody who knows how to work most people they meet. Kiran can absolutely grow to understand and trust you if he doesn't already.
It's not that. It's not a pride or a hurt thing. And I need to know it from Vena as well, because you all deserve to have a companion that you trust wholeheartedly. None of us should be traveling with people that don't If we can't trust each other, then we shouldn't be traveling together. It's not safe.
Right? I can't disagree.
I don't want him to be put in a situation where he feels like he can't trust me.
I can say the line again, but I think you know what I'm going to say.
That's why I'm going to talk to him.
Good. Did you want me to pull Vena's attention so it can be one-on-one? Or do you want it to be 2-on-2? I will say 2-on-2 might look like our side, their side.
Then don't let it be 2-on-2. I'll just say what I need to say. And there is no side. I'm just speaking and asking questions. And the choices I make after that will be my own.
Let's let them sleep on it a little bit. Emotions
Of
are
course.
high. We're near town, right, DM?
You are near 3 towns of the elven variety, but there is an unaffiliated one within a day's walk. Yes.
Ooh, not a pop there now and be back by the morning with a full rest baked in.
Yeah.
No, that would have to be one of the
Okay.
silly noble ones.
Is there a shop in the Silly Noble ones?
There are not. It's not exactly encompassing shop.
He's basically just gonna go get some breakfast wine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that of course you can get.
I get a thing of breakfast wine and something a little fresher, like from the
Hey.
bakery.
Hey,
What'll
Bill.
that put me back?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Bill? After the funny haha mission led to this.
I
Is it
am.
really great?
Look, I'm surprised in the good way. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You surprised Rin had a moment of genuine
DM moment where you realize, oh my god, they're RPing. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Woo!
Exactly. Yes.
So Rin's just gonna go get some breakfast wine for them to sip on, and then something like breakfast pastries, like some sort of like berry.
Not selling nobility
Strudel.
quite yet so far.
So
My breakfast wine.
you don't want anything super dry in the morning.
Not with my midday margarita.
No, you get something. If you get like a Moscato and put some orange juice in it, it's quite a lovely brunch drink. But,
Some rosé, perhaps.
ugh, God, not rosé. Far too dry. Takes all the sweetness out of the fruit away, and it's just sour and bitter.
I can't wait to talk to Inanna about
Sour and bitter. What they called me at boarding school.
Like I was saying, how's everyone else on time? I do have tomorrow off. I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Keep going if y'all are.
I'm good for now.
Lithia,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Billy.
Yeah. I
He said, "Shut up,
Billy.
Billy! He fought a bear."
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. I love you for understanding the fucking Adventure Time reference.
Turn
Yes.
into Tetris.
Billy!
Oh no.
You're going to Tetris.
Answer me.
Strip.
He stripped himself. Anyway, besides that, so you guys are taking a long rest, I guess.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay, so yeah, you can take that, and
What does the breakfast wine and pastry put me back? I think it's like 5 gold for a bottle of wine normally.
that's a lot for a bottle of wine, unless it's like hot, like a nice vintage.
This
That's
is
usually the price is for fine wine.
Okay, well if you're
This
getting
is
like
Hamlet to Will.
if you're getting nice wine, then
No.
then you can pay 5 gold. If
Yeah, if they have nice wine for sale of a decent vintage, Rin is absolutely not going to pay for the cheap stuff.
Yeah, if you go to the French one's
Yeah.
town, there's
Yeah, he's putting the fucking good shit in there.
Yeah.
There's
But
where
yeah,
it can happen.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's funny. I'm technically over encumbrance because it doesn't. There's no way to put stuff like in my ring on my sheet.
Yeah.
I would stand in front of you, Huron, and like, you're trying to take my job.
Yeah. Okay. So
Just like a dirty orc.
are you
And then for the pastries, how much? Like
pastries early and silver?
Exactly what I thought you'd
Okay.
say, you dumb, stupid horse.
it
Rin
has been
going
kind
to
of.
Dunkin' Donuts.
You just go to Dunk. If Dunkin' Donuts had an impressive wine cellar, then yes.
America Runner
Ah.
Dun.
Oh god, Rin would be the type to show up to this emotional meeting with a large caramel macchiato.
Just shaking
It's
the
ice.
ice.
It's absolutely ice.
Every time I envision
I feel like
Rin,
the
I just see
graphics
the
are
the
a real big
was it the boa? Just the boa from Cruella de Vil with giant fanciful sunglasses. His nails are did.
Cruella,
All of them different
Yzma.
colors. God,
Yeah.
you just ease them. I don't.
And so, are you guys doing watches?
I don't think
Huron
Anana would think to.
Huron wants you to bed. Capital B bed.
Okie doke.
How's Vanna?
Vanna will stay up all night.
Oh,
Wait, actually staying up all night?
sit down, sit there.
Yes, because in that case, you're getting an exhaustion and no long
But
rest
don't
for
you gotta
Vayne.
roll?
Well, technically, it's a roll. It's a con
No,
save.
no, you just get exhaustion.
Okay.
Riot.
I'm assuming it doesn't take me till the morning to get back with the fucking wine.
No.
If I see her up and she's like, the other two
She's
are
down.
asleep. How is Vayna looking as I return to the camp?
She's just sitting there silently. Her gear's off. Just looking around occasionally.
Can I make an insight check, DM, to try and read? God, this fucking -1. I'm trying to read what's going through her. Hang on. Ooh. I see her coming up into camp. And with my crown of detect thoughts, I'm going to turn it on just for the surface level thoughts. What are the surface level thoughts going through Vayna's mind as I get close?
What are the extent of the surface level thoughts that you hear from that? Like an example. I don't know how much to divulge with surface level.
This one was like what's running through your head at that exact moment.
Yeah, it's not. It might be like. I generally try and think of it as your feelings, not your thoughts. She's feeling this, this, and this, but no elaboration on what's driving these feelings.
Vibe check.
That's how I do it in my how I would do them in my game.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe if you're like
With maybe some more detail if it's a fairly vague emotion or you already know the emotions. But
Okay. When you turn on the crown to detect her surface level thoughts, you feel depression and disgust.
Rin will absolutely approach you, switch off the crown mentally, just end concentration, and sit down. He's got like Rin probably has some sort of basket or cloth thing with him, or he's got it like tied up and has his familiar flapping like a Disney animal carrying it with him.
The Moogle.
Little Red
Oh,
Riding Hood
God,
ass
no.
bitch
Kinda.
here.
No Moogle familiars. No, absolutely not.
Right.
He will sit down the bottle of wine and the basket, and he's holding the pastries in his lap. Well, you look like you have a lot on your mind. Is there any chance you'd want to talk about it? Let me help you ease your load.
You can try to persuade her.
I got wine. I'm going to roll in a second. I got wine if you want to have a sip of it. Yeah, it's a pretty decent taste. I did sample a few before I got here.
What happened to your accent?
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think that I will.
You're welcome to have any other wine.
And the God's damned sun.
Thank you, but I'm not really a drinking person.
That's fine. I also got some of these, and he'll open it up like an assortment of berry pastries.
It's a half dozen donuts with sprinkles.
The chocolate with sprinkles are my favorite, so leave me at least one, maybe two.
Ooh, an apple flavor.
And I got you a bear claw.
It feels appropriate for some reason.
Feels like a
Thanks.
microaggression. Come on.
It's okay. I know what to get him on Ben and Jerry's night.
I don't really know what else I can say. Maybe it's just you and Anana are right, and maybe I was thinking a little too hard on if we could fix everything.
Can I talk to you a little brash, a little without the mask?
I wouldn't want you to wear a mask at any point.
I'm glad you are the way you are. I never really had the option to not be what I am. My father is a second generation in the line of nobility, holding an enormous amount of power in his domain, and my mother was an arranged marriage with him through a demon, and was trained in the art of subterfuge, which she's passed along to me and my siblings. So there's really never any hope that I got out with a pure heart. But there's some part of me, a deeply buried part from my youth, deeply buried, that wishes I could be a bit more like you. A bit more, how do you say it, caring about normal people. I have a whole lot on my plate pretty constantly. More than you all even know about. And yes, I'll admit that my methods can be gruesome. And I've gotten adjusted to that gore, as it really is just mental gore. But I do, some part of me does appreciate still hearing someone object. It lets me know there's still some hesitance in the world to people like me running everything.
Vena will just sit there, looking at the campfire. I'm glad to bring you some level of... I don't know the word. But you're not the first person to have told me that things are just terrible. Sometimes. I know why you said all the things that you said, and I didn't believe for a moment that you weren't saying it for our best interest. Same with Inanna. But I've heard those words before, and those words of saying what needs to be said can manipulate people, can get them to do what you need them for your benefit. Those kinds of things. I dealt with that for most of my life. And I guess I just forgot about it.
About what?
That terrible things are sometimes needed to be said. That people aren't always redeemable. When you said all those things to try to convince them, I didn't really think about why you were saying it, just what you were saying.
Mm.
And I shouldn't have, because you
It's
weren't really
okay.
saying it because you meant it. You were just saying it because you had a plan for it. And that's a lot of the things that I had failed to see in Creek Gira. Things that are said with purpose rather than belief.
I'm glad you recognize that. Can I ask a personal question?
Sure.
You've mentioned life in Creek Gara before. You don't seem to have fond ways of recounting it. What? You seem to have a you said you have a personal experience with the things I've said. Was there a suitor in Creek Gara who you've evaded?
No. I may have worded it wrong. It's more of the part you said about evil people and evil things and convincing them of worse, or convincing them to foil themselves. I suppose. No, I did not have any suitors.
You chuckle at the idea. You're a catch, Raina. You almost had one today. He's smiling.
I don't think I would necessarily count that opportunistic moment Ziggy made as a real.
She did say the offer stood.
But she also said not to. I don't have the brain capacity to understand what she meant.
I'm just messing with you.
But yes, I had no suitors. It wasn't really my place to get married for the family or anything. I'm just a soldier. As much as I can do with that fact.
Can't imagine the weight you bear to have maintained your moral high standing through all you've seen just in these few weeks.
Now you're really starting to sound like him.
Oh.
Except, minus the, you say it a lot nicer.
And who's he?
Um, maybe I need to go to bed.
Rin will grab your shoulder. Come on, we're just getting to the juicy parts.
I don't really like the juicy parts.
How about you share something juicy, and I'll share something.
You try to persuade her with that one.
My cup is empty, bitch. Fill it.
16.
I think that'll do it. She sits back down, looks back into the fire. When I said that you said it a lot nicer and much different context, I really meant it. But, it was my father. He said it more in a way of it being a hindrance and it being a problem.
Well, fuck him. I think you're fairly great how you are, Vena. Can't imagine it would be an immeasurable tragedy if someone had convinced you to go down the lines I got put down.
You see Vena's eyes are wide. I've heard those words before.
Oh. From dear Papa, or?
No. It was... How about your juicy thing, then?
Oh, I almost... I'll find out who you're talking about eventually. But my juicy thing, I mean, I mentioned a little bit about my family being arranged and put here. I didn't always want to be this. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a musician. And he'll go over to his bag and take out a viol. I still love to play, but it's more of a hobby now. I would have loved to have been a musician, to travel around, playing music, meeting fans, sparking some joy and beauty. But I think I was maybe 6, 7 years old. First started taken into my tutelage. Slade was there as part of my teaching. He's a good man. But I was very quickly told that while the music is nice and shows some elegance and pedigree, we have higher echelon things that we must worry about. Even getting to the point where we had discussions about myself being arranged with someone, which are, I believe, still in the works. I mean, my little pilgrimage at the moment has it on hiatus, but there's more than a few suitors in the elemental plane of Earth that await for me.
That sounds like a handful.
It is. I, actually, being the oldest, have bought my younger siblings the freedom to go and do what they want to pursue. My sister right below me, she actually God help her if I ever fall, because she cannot, for anything, be charismatic. I mean, she is incredibly intelligent. However, personality of a brick. Her name's Judal, actually.
Maybe if you ever get to introduce me to her, we'll get along.
Perhaps. Some of my siblings, you all remind me of. Judal is very academic. She actually maintains our library and has expanded it a lot. My next sibling, my brother, he is a mess. You think I'm spoiled? You should see him. He doesn't even have to carry the pressure of eventually being the patriarch. So he just parties pretty much nonstop. And it just kind of goes down from there. I do have a sister a lot like Inanna. The next one down, actually. Quinn down. And it goes down, down, down. I mean, I have... Ooh, what is it? I think it's 13 siblings now. It's... But my point in saying this is that they get to choose who they want to be. I didn't. And there's part of me that looks at you with a bit of jealousy and resentment for it. That you got to escape being the firstborn. Even though I know that's not fair, you have your own things you've gone through. There's still some part of me that's gonna be jealous.
Well, I suppose there's pluses and minuses to these kinds of things. But can I say something that maybe... Never mind.
Go on, you coward.
I am very much a coward, thank you.
You know what I mean. But first of all, I need to stop you right there. I don't know how many times I've seen you charge in front of me and raise your shield and sword and taunt countless enemies to keep them from getting on everyone else. So I don't know how cowardly you would consider that, but go off, I guess. I was gonna say queen, but that feels in poor taste for the nobility talk. So paladin, and he has like a it punches your arm, but it's nothing. You hardly feel it.
Perhaps we both have things to be jealous about. Because I wish I knew as much about my family as you do yours.
Is it? Can I ask why you don't know?
You don't need to know about your family to swing a sword.
Maybe. I might give you a reason to swing it, though.
As I had told myself.
Now give me the details. Who were you comparing me to earlier?
I think a dive into my life story can go one step at a time.
Come on, just the name.
Dying of thirst.
No. How about this? I'll give you half a name, then you can guess. It's... And I posted it as an offer, but that's actually all I'm going to give you, regardless of if you agree to it.
Alright, I'll make it work.
It was a man that I met a bit ago,
Mm.
and he went by Leo. That's it.
High insight check to read her feelings on this Leo. Romantic, paternal, platonic,
Go
etc.
ahead.
Now I don't have detect thoughts up anymore, but
You have no
goose
clue.
egg. Goose egg.
I feel like his first thought is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Da Vinci. What are you?
Da Vinci?
Da Vinci in the brain.
Ring.
She will get up, smile to Rin. Good luck deciphering that.
I'll just haunt your dreams. Just take it from the info from there.
As if I dream of anything important.
We'll see.
Damn.
Miles.
She'll just shake her head. Good night, Rin.
Good night. I get some sleep. I'll take watch.
Bill, did you hear what I asked?
I don't think
No, I did not. I did not.
Rin,
In order for fuckery not to happen, I would ask while they were doing that or beforehand. Huron had woken up and just gone into the woods to hunt to bring back
Okay.
something on it.
Sure.
Just so there's no chance that I was there for that.
Okay, make me a survival check.
and Rin is got detect thoughts on. He's gonna try and read the surface level thoughts of the dreaming people while he's doing watch because he's just like,
7.
I wonder how this goes.
I'm eluded by the wild sheep in there.
Well,
There's a wild ram that stares at you. It's always just out of javelin range.
The mystical silver ram of whatever
you
the
walk
fuck
towards
we're
it and you cross in front of a tree and then it's gone. And you see it again, another 50
Oh,
feet away.
Huron realizes he stepped into the Feywild and fucking runs for his life.
Back away slowly.
The fucking ram chases you. It's hunting you down.
Hey, look,
The
a
hunter has
kobold.
become the hunted.
Hey, look, there's a kobold riding that ram. She's got a bow.
What? Why does that ram have cat ears?
a ranger.
Must be a ranger. I'm glad that Liv said it, but he didn't feel hate until I said the joke.
Anyway, okay, so yeah,
An audible pause.
Even had
Words ranger.
Beastmaster companion.
Yeah.
Why does every animal she rides have cat ears?
Meow.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a cat boy.
what was Rin doing? I immediately
Just
forgot.
detect
He's a
thoughts with the crown.
boy.
He's listening
A
to people's
cat
dreams.
boy.
Just
Oh.
to see, like, what's that like?
Well, I can't tell you many. Slade currently does not have any dreams. He's
That man just mad, not dreaming.
just not dreaming right now. Fadeawin.
The question is, catch them in REM sleep.
What did you say?
You catch them in REM sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
REM, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
REM.
Fadeawin. There's just shiny things in his thoughts.
It's him atop, like, a massive horse, swollen armor, like, full of Warhammer size.
You don't know. Just shiny metal. Something's going on there. That
Right,
head of
Anana.
his.
Sad. Anana is
Do you troop
thinking
of
of
thunder
how-
sheep?
I think probably the most prominent thing would be an older half-orc woman. And with that attached to that older half-orc woman, you'd probably get the name Kishar.
He kind of takes his hand back after feeling that. He's like, ooh. I thought this was going to be silly goofy. I thought I was going to see abstract shapes and people flying around. And this is going to be an awkward combo in the morning. Can you spell that name for me, by the way? Or DM it to me? And then he notices Huron's not there, and he really wanted to peep on Huron's dreams. but
No, this would have been in the morning.
oh, then he'd also creep over to Huron. What are you dreaming of? Psychic fingers into his brain.
Please don't phrase it like that.
I'm diddying his brain.
Is it the lemur?
Every sulcus in it.
Is he dreaming about beating up the lemur?
No. He's sitting in a forest glade, staring at a much unreasonably larger moose. They're just staring at each other.
Are there like pine trees?
Yes, actually. You can't see further past the glade, but you can feel anger. He's just yelling at the moose. That seems to have an ethereal quality to it. You can see you can see other vague shapes of various humanoid animal people in the trees, but this primary large moose creature is what he's screaming at right now.
Primary moose.
Rin, being the best at reading situations, is going to prestidigitation like the fur under your lip, or under your nose, just over your lip, have a very strong pine scent, and then shuffle to pretend like he's asleep, to wake you up for the next watch, and make you smell the like dream while you're awake, to make you feel a little surreal.
So orienting.
Yeah, it's literally just to fuck with him, and then Rin's over there trying not to giggle as he's lying down, hoping nobody's on watch and take it up yourself.
He just shakes his head and goes and sits on a stump.
So if Huron's the only one awake by this point, you will actually see. Well, maybe a perception check actually.
Okay.
Rin was keeping watch as well. If you wanted me to roll one, retroactive.
Yeah, you can do it if you're just keeping watch for a little bit.
Hey, better than I expected.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, both of you guys see a cloaked figure sort of sneaking up to your camp.
That fucking lemur again.
No, it is.
Lieber comes in a suit and
I
smoke.
swear to God, if this is Juan Jose,
No, Huron with that.
I will
with
mind spike him.
Huron, with your perception, you can see it is more similar to the figure of a woman, and it's like, oh no, that is Ziggy.
Oh, good. I understood mind spike him out of reflex.
Huron looks around to make sure no one else is around. Do I see Rin?
I'm laying down. I imagine, given this sequence, I've done the like pine thing and a minor retcon. I'm like, I got somebody's in the woods, and then you would clock that it's Ziggy, though Rin's unable to see it.
Huron is going to pick up his hammer.
Uh-oh.
And walk toward the cloak figure.
All right, we're doing this, I guess. I'll wake the others up.
Nope.
My heel is above and on his head.
He's doing it. Does he know you're here?
Does Ziggy know we're here?
I know you. I need to know.
Do I know what?
Does Huron know if Rin's awake?
You woke up and then Rin said that there's someone in the woods. Like he spoke.
We're retconning. You're like, because there's a figure in the woods.
I had a higher thing, so I don't know if you or back in there.
No.
So
now he does the pine thing to wake you up and doesn't address it. Still messing with you, but he's like, hey, there's somebody in the woods. I need to wake everybody up.
No. And Huron's just going to start walking toward this figure.
Shit.
And when you get close, the figure will drop their hood, their hood, and yeah, it is Ziggy.
Huron does not stop walking at her. Do you think you've done enough damage?
Sorry about him. We've had a bit of a tussle.
State your business.
I was coming back to give you sort of an apology gift, as she
Ring's hand is out.
yeah, puts it in Rin's hand, a gemstone.
How good is it?
Bless you.
Bites it like a
Thanks.
gold coin. Looks at it. How good is this thing?
Yeah, Ziggy's like, I would not do that.
Right. Yeah. Who's the rock expert here? Gestures to his horns.
Don't feed that to your Zorn.
God no, he only eats metal.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's not a normal
Is that
gem.
all?
That
Ziggy, was that all?
yes, I was just.
You
That's
may
just.
go.
You can go. I got this, Karen. Jesus. Here on.
I am here.
True polymorph.
No,
you can,
young people.
You can go back to there. I have some closing remarks for Ziggy.
Whatever.
And as he's walking around, they didn't agree with some of the methods we used, and it's a conversation we're having in the morning, and emotions are still pretty high. But you were telling me there's something special about this gem.
Yeah, it's an elemental gemstone.
Oh. Okay. What
exploded?
What is
Yeah,
a gemstone? Is it DM?
That's why you shouldn't be biting it. It is an emerald, so
Ooh, water.
yeah.
Oh, you get a water elemental in here.
Yes, I am sorry that I seem to have caused such turmoil.
It's really just old problems that have been carried over and over again. It's really, you don't take this the wrong way. You've had very little to actually do with this problem. Well, I'm taking care of it. You don't need to worry. But your gift is much appreciated, and I'll pass.
Yeah, this was just sort of an apology for leaving you alone with the three.
Don't worry, we handled it. They should hopefully leave you alone as well. Just, would you mind spreading word to the others in the area to be on the lookout for them trying to gaslight young women? It's one of the concerns the group put out, and we have reasonable suspicion that's what their rebound's going to be, is to manipulate people. I gave them very bad advice, and it should be very obvious, but I mean, just hopefully if they get rejected enough, they'll have character growth.
I'm not really from here.
I'll
try to get the word out as much as I can, but I'm from further up north, so.
I mean, honestly, I would like to keep the gem, but that would be the best apology to them, I think. And you can take the gem back if you think you're going to spend as much effort doing that. But I also would like to.
No, keep the gem.
Oh, you're so generous. That's it immediately.
Yeah, I seem to have caused you much more trouble than I thought I even did, so yeah.
Silt under the bridge.
Yeah, and she's just sort of staring at like Huron going back to the camp.
It gets emotional.
Was I safe?
Probably. I mean, it's very. He lives very close to the line. Is anybody really safe around him?
Mention he was a mercenary. We'll get the point across.
He's a mercenary. Their type. It doesn't take much to set them off.
She sort of nods. Okay, then I'll leave then. She puts the cloak back up and just sort of backs away.
There's a bunch of sheep in the woods. Huron was murmuring something about some fey ram. Don't get mowed down by it. Be safe.
Okay, thanks for the warning.
You're welcome. Best of luck figuring out how to use that. And Ring will go back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
He's flipping the gem like a coin. Catches it. Looks at Huron. There's a trapped water elemental in here. Or did he go to lay down? Lay down.
I was muted! Anyway.
You weren't get
Sad.
wrecked.
Very sad. As you're walking toward him, Huron kind of... His eyes almost glaze over, looking at you for a second until he has to snap into focus. Rin.
Huron. He'll sit down.
I'm not good at this type of thing.
That's okay. If it makes you feel better, you're the last one I've had a convo with. I did talk to the
Right.
others.
Right.
Well,
sloppy thirds, great.
you know we don't have the. You know I get you misunderstand me a lot. I'm doing my best.
And I get that. And I treated you in not partial. I'm just frustrated.
That's okay. You can feel frustrated.
Second class feature.
Yeah.
But
I think you might owe Inanna an apology. I have heard worse, and I'll live. As much as I would love to hear you get down on one knee and grovel out an apology, you don't have to for this time. Just, I would talk to Inanna. She took it pretty hard. And I plan on pulling Vayna aside in the morning so she can talk to you, because she was pretty well hurt.
I feel like I need to explain myself a little better. Why I'm so innately frustrated
Please do.
with nobility. As it's been stated before, I am a former mercenary, though technically nothing much has changed except less people. On the rare occasion, we got contracts from various nobles running up and down this continent. Sometimes we've met more amiable nobles that would remind me of how Vayna acts, some a little more ambitious. Just takes a sip of a water skin. And those ones, or at least the ones that were only able to fake being the former for so long, for lack of a better term, fucked us over. Granted, we're still standing, but it has led to deaths. So, since coming here and seeing this kind of caste system, I have taken a very dim view to it.
I mean, in summary of what I said to Vayna, so do I. It's not good the way things are. I'm very cynical.
Not. All I can do is reach out with my hands. That's as far as my control goes. So the concept of ephemeral qualities such as nobility and bloodlines and whatnot don't necessarily apply in my mind. So when I see things I don't like, it's been a road trying to rein that in, that the instinct to fix problems my way.
I think something Vayna said will help you with this. She put in very good words something that I'd always just understood but never been taught formally. When nobles talk, it's not what they say, why they say it. Nothing we say means anything other than we expect the other person to hear our intent and move towards our goal.
He just blinks at you.
In other words, we spew bullshit constantly
Bullshit.
in the hopes. Sorry, moose shit. Zorn
Bill,
shit.
stop shitting
Whatever
us.
you want. we spill bullshit to get people to move how we want. And the more powerful nobles are better at it. They have gotten to these positions by being able to harass people into corners.
Yes, your shit.
And I do it because I've been taught how to get to our goals. And there's something to be said about caring about what direction I'm sending people, but I try not to do anything too egregious. A half step in the wrong direction.
You can see the wheel in his head turning as he stares at you. He says, "I don't want to go too far."
I do. I've taken our conversations to heart. Right now, you didn't see me try and suggest one of them to propose to the other, did you? The thought did cross my mind.
I was more or less seeing how Vanna was doing.
So you're telling me I could have gotten away with it?
Probably.
That would have been funny. I was gonna try and make them marry each other.
I'll talk to Inanna tomorrow.
Don't worry. I'll grab a pastry and pass it over to you. She'll find you. Until then, I want you to think about what made you uncomfortable today and how we can fix it going forward. I mean,
Relaxing music, my ass. What's this? Skip ahead.
I just saw your nickname. Mine got cut off. Oh, you can see the cover of it.
Is it professional gaslighter?
Professional problem maker.
Oh.
But gaslighter could be.
He'll munch on the pastry.
Oh, I got you a bear claw and whatever. You can have the blueberry strudel. It's not a microaggression to get you a bear claw specific, is it?
He turns toward you.
That wasn't rhetorical. Like I'm actually trying not to be prejudiced or whatever.
Not really.
Cool. Here's your bear claw.
I'll eat that one too.
Oh. And yes, I got more for you than anybody else because in a body positive way.
You would not believe the calories I burn.
Good for you, buddy. Now, I'm gonna go lay down.
Drop and give me 20 push-ups right now.
I think I'd die.
Go to bed then.
I will. I'm very tired. Don't eat all the pastries. They're for the morning. Also, I got nice wine. Don't drink until the morning.
I wouldn't drink your swill even if I didn't even have my coach.
Rude. We don't drink out of the bottle. We're not babies. We drink out of glasses like adults. And lay off the booze bag in seriousness. It's not good for you.
Fine.
See, and I didn't even have to use a spell slot to brain control you there. He's got this shit-eating grin looking you in the eyes.
I don't see a lemur, do you?
Not yet.
Then go to bed.
And he just slides into his tent. Pokes his head out. Also, what was the deal with that moose you were dreaming about?
Yeet!
Alright, fine. I'll go to bed. Rubbing his head wound.
A hatchet just, a full-on hatchet just flew through your tent.
Yeah, fine. Prestidigitation just sew the threads back together.
That doesn't do that.
Shut up.
Mending?
You got mending? You got mending, buddy? A minute cast time?
I sure don't. But you know what I do have? A servant. Slade! Get the needle and thread.
Slade!
You wake up Slade for that? He might revolt against you.
No. I'll tell him in the morning.
Oh, that was much better. All right.
If you had woken Slate up, you might have just sewed the entire tent shut.
That'd be great. And here you go,
proletariat
Master
raise up.
Rin.
You
Much
are
akin
young
to
master?
imagine. I imagine him very Alfred. Like, I
Very
fully,
good,
you know that scene where Batman's running out. Oh no, I'll have to throw away this beautiful lobster dinner I made. And he
Yeah,
pretends
just
to throw away-
nothing. Just
Yeah,
opens
I
the
imagine
cloche to
Slade
nothing.
has that level of sass. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
your tent, it's been sewn shut. No holes left. Tragedy. Sleep. You know, everyone's like, you spent an extra
So
hour to do
time
this. You could have gone to bed an
passes.
hour earlier.
So time passes, Dean.
Yes, as time passes and morning comes, you can roll. You can not roll for it, but you can take a long
I
rest.
knew someone would.
Hey, Inanna,
Yes.
as a troubled-looking Huron kind of trundles over.
Trundles, eh? Troll King.
Troll King! King!
I come up with some bullshit excuse to pull Vano away to give them some privacy to talk.
You could ask her.
Oh, he just says, "Follow me. I need your help with something."
Okay.
We're gonna do this as a group.
Nope.
As I watch Rin attempt to just pull
Bastard, I
Vayne
was
away.
gonna have one conversation with everybody.
You see me taking her away, and I look back and wink at you and do a finger gun.
He's
And
about.
I'm looking at you like, no, I'm trying to talk to everybody.
I kind of just look down at her. Really,
Nope.
he's not as subtle as he thinks. Big
Right.
asshole wink.
I had told him deliberately last night that I was just going to talk to everyone.
Well, clearly he has other plans. Do you mind if I say my piece first?
Go ahead.
And he just slumps against a nearby tree. I treated you and, to a lesser extent, Rin unfairly. And I would like to, before I say anything else, apologize for that. I was projecting my frustrations on you two being the more free reign of the party. And that was very immature. However, I do feel the need to hear someone typing still.
I'm trying not to laugh at the click clack moo ass cows that type bullshit going on over there.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I'm gonna type mute yourself, gorilla.
Fuck you, bitch.
It's like the typewriter in the college sports. Hang on.
Typewriter.
So, what we have here is several things I'd like to get on the. I told this to Rin last night, but back in my mercenary days, I had several bad run-ins with the nobility, which painted them in a very bad light for me. Now, that's not an excuse, not even a good one. I just thought knowledge might help going forward, so... And I also stated something that I don't know your backstory either, and I would like us all, whenever Rin stops vamping around with Vayna, he's skipping. Why is he skipping?
If you notice, he's doing a big circle around the camp.
When he eventually gets done with that, or Vayna smacks him, whichever makes me happier, we can all sit down and have a better talk than last night when our spirits were higher, and I will promise I will put away the special mixture I have. Yeah, spirits. I communicate with the spirits with this, of course. Ancestors.
The talking stick.
Or just spirits is another word for alcohol.
So,
Oh, hey!
I have 2 hatchets, Ren. I don't even look
Why
around.
did you look all the way around? I told you last night I was just going to do one big conversation and just talk to everybody.
What a coincidence! Hey,
You're
Vanna,
not. You're not slick. You're so not slick.
it looks like
Vanna-
they're having a conversation. Let's abandon this totally
Vena,
real chore I
realistically,
need your help
how
with.
many times would it take for me? What exactly do you think the line is for the Lemur to show up? I'm just mildly curious. Hypothetically.
Okay, Rin, thank you for the morning exercise.
All right.
Can we all just sit?
Yes.
Hang
I think we
on!
can.
He's running
Sit
over to
the
his.
fuck down!
I'm running to my bundle of pastries and wine. I got things!
Maybe if you
I
hadn't
don't s-
taken a grand fucking circle of the whole camp, you'd have had them in the
He
beginning.
falls.
I don't see orange slices in there.
Ow!
I
He's-
walk over and I pick him up
That.
like a suitcase. All right, Rin.
Ow! I
Yes,
fall down.
I know, baby.
You deserved that.
I got
It was,
Ren's
it was
wine.
probably that Zorn of your that Zorn of yours. So I think what we need to have here is a more structured conversation. Now that we're all, I look at the bags under Vanna's eyes.
No,
In
she
order-
went to sleep.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah,
good,
I
good,
made her go
very
to sleep after our combo.
good. Head pats.
She laid down at
Right.
least.
Good, good.
You didn't
We-
invade her dreams to see if she was dreaming or not.
It's true.
We need is to lay some ground for us all to, so that we're all able to stand on and clear the air. Now, clearly, the biggest issue is the issue of force and how far we're willing to go and what we leave behind. Would anyone disagree?
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the big issue. That and mental force versus physical force. That we got that problem. We got the nobilities versus common folk struggle. We've got just kind of general moral.
Now,
I think I'm getting sidetracked. You keep going.
as we've seen, directly going one way or the other isn't possible, given me and Rin. What I think needs to happen here is a bit of a checks and balances system. I'll call you the judiciary.
What'd you call me?
The judiciary.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to happen here? What we have here is a failure to
I
communicate.
was waiting for that.
Yeah, I've been holding that one in all night. And perhaps get some context to how, some of our feelings. I've told 2 of you already. I imagine it's not things. I'm inherently strange with nobles, so given my, I've been screwed over by some in the past. So more recent.
T.
You want to work the first inch, buddy. What we should clearly on is where we're going to stand on this. Me and in a different stratum, Veda, don't necessarily believe the ends justify all those means. But we are, at least I can speak for myself, not comfortable with that, but where we also should be aware that that isn't how the world works. I'm not that stupid. We just want some effort at restraint, and from talking with Rin last night and the like, you are, I do appreciate that.
Rin's batting his eyes. Fingers like up under his chin.
I'll make you eat those pastries at the ground.
Do you forget where I'm from? I have no problem eating dirt.
And you eat steel.
Why did you say that so proud-like?
Winks.
Anyway. Ugh. Ugh. Blech. The horse should have. I mean, no. Anyway.
Yeah.
Seasoning. So, I wronged both of you by lambasting you for essentially all of nobledom. I apologize to you, Inanna. I still believe you represent all, the worst aspects of all of them, Rin, but I know you're somewhat restraining yourself.
Yeah.
Now I know you had something to say as well, Inanna. Before someone went on a fucking trip around the camp.
I, up until last night, was under the impression that all of us trusted each other.
What?
I trust all of you with my life. But after last night, Vena, Huron, I don't know if I'm sure that you trust me. And that's not fair to the two of you. To be traveling with someone you don't trust. In the nature of trust, my nobility is a bit different. It's weird. In Swiftmaw, where I come from, there's a bit of a different tradition of nobility. It's not about bloodlines or titles or family. Nobility is earned in Swiftmaw through deed, through action. And if you're gifted with the title of the Lord or Lady of Swiftmaw, it comes with it all the names of those who have held it before. The next person to hold the title after me will have my name, as well as all the others. I don't just carry my own reputation. I carry the reputation of everyone that has come before through their deeds, through their choices and their actions. And if my choices and my actions do not inspire trust in my allies, if I cannot be trustworthy, then I am not worthy. And I truly don't want to push you all into a situation where you're entrusting your life to someone that you don't trust. Because in order to continue to travel with me, you would be placing your lives in my hands. And I would not put you in that position if you cannot trust me. So I need to know, honestly, does my history, my nobility, my actions and my deeds and my words. She looks at Vena when she says words. My choices. Can you still, going forward, trust me?
Vena will walk up and put her hand on Inanna's shoulder. I didn't mean to make you so conflicted, but I hope your answer can be derived from this. I wouldn't run so far in front of you all with my shield raised if I didn't trust you to protect the part that my shield is not. And history has nothing to do with that.
Rin sipping on his little champagne flute as after after Vena says that goes. Cowardly, huh?
Look, there are some things that I'm good at and some things that I'm not. You don't have to be a coward in all meetings.
You just killed Connor.
Quit bullying me.
No, I'm gonna do it harder now.
Yeah, don't bully her.
Congratulations, you're a target.
She's a frail little girl. Couldn't possibly.
It must be a shame if you suddenly got singled out by me and picked on all the time. Connor stares through to shame.
I don't like your chances, Connor. In that 1v1.
I wouldn't say singled out.
I'm gonna pay for that in this next coming week.
Oh, yeah?
Bully me.
Now, Connor, you say singled out.
Oh no.
But
I thought I'd
if you think what I do to you is singled out, I can show you.
You're wiping tears. Y'all are being chaotic.
I'm only matching it with the attitude Rin has for this situation.
Vena will just shake her head, look back to Inanna. I do trust you, very much so. I trust all of you. I trust Faduin, and I trust Slade, and I trust the horse that I summoned with magic. All to different degrees, of course. But
I trust the horse that I summoned with magic.
Do I rank above the horse?
I don't know. It depends on if you keep opening your mouth.
Do I rank above the horse?
Don't know.
You're all missing the point.
I am a
Everybody.
I have trusted, and I do trust. And it's not something that you need to think that I will lose in you so easily. Even with the things I don't agree with. We've had plenty of disagreements already. But I'm still here, and I'll still fight for you all, and I will still trust that you will help me. We can be different people and still trust each other. That's all I meant.
Huron, I think that brings it to you.
Huron kind of sidles up and looks at Inanna. Raises an eyebrow. Inanna, I died, and I still came back. I think I trust you as a comrade, just a little bit. I think that you are the second most reliable person among us.
Oh.
No less.
A mongoose.
That's pretty
I-
sus.
I
hit the
saw.
button.
I saw. Well, obviously the first one is Veda. If
I saw my
if both of you were about to walk into into a bazaar with shiny things or weapons, I'd give my gold purse to Veda. I'm sorry, but I would rather give it to you than Rin.
Do I rank above the horse in your mind?
No.
No one
Yeah.
ranks the horse.
I find
The horse
comfort in it.
you're on. Two mighty, valiant steeds.
I expected that one. I feel comfort in knowing I predicted right.
Fayewind sidles up next to Vena. Am I higher than the horse?
Shane's AFK. Leave him alone.
Vana's has a. I guarantee Vana has veins start bulging on her forehead. But
She's like,
thinking
it's
about the
one more
horse.
person.
Wait.
Oh, I did not see the BRB. I need to pull. I need to wait.
I
to
just
leave.
want-
One more person asks me if they're higher than this stupid fucking horse.
I want my familiar to
No.
mimicry.
Huron.
horse.
Huron. Jesus. I sort the moss by taste. Anyway, Huron.
I sorted my taste.
You are not a word. Serious.
They're having a lost argument again.
Huron walks up to Inanna. Now, as long as you trust me to stand in front of you, I will trust you to patch up the holes that I'm inevitably riddled with, protecting him.
Smiles.
I point a meaty finger at the glass not cannon. Never make that noise again in your life. I don't care how many lemurs appear, and you never make that noise again.
Almost.
Vile.
No lemur alive will be able to stop what I do.
Behind the curtain, I was trying to imitate the bit in Shrek where Snow White does a little vocal trill, but a bubble of like mucus formed in my throat, and it became the horrid noise.
It was
No
like
amount of
you were trying
lemurs
to do
will
a
protect
Luigi.
you from me then.
Did not.
So, and here I will expend his big meaty hand. Deal?
I'm sorry. This is in character. She's very serious. Liv is still thinking about the Luigi noise, but yes, in character, very seriously, she will take.
I think given my color palette and personality, it's more Waluigi.
Wait, you too short.
Just know I have that on recording. They can just.
Yes.
I might make that a soundbite.
No!
Don't worry. Shane has the technology. Just clip it out.
Oh,
Computer, clip this guy's vocal.
I'm in tears again for a different reason.
You know, I'm going to clip that out. I'm going to make it a part of the soundboard on Discord.
That would actually, that'd be the one thing that would get me to use the sound.
No!
So Huron's frozen in time.
I said that in character, yes, very seriously. I take your hand and shake it and say deal. I just can't be serious right now.
And Huron will just give you a good big brother hug, just like pat.
Oh, moose hug.
He's very poofy.
You smell like pine.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Did he just break his ankle? What the fuck? I heard that.
Bear glove.
Bear.
That's what I was saying.
I actually hate it here. We've devolved into our weekly Monday spiral.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I fully expect some hijinks to happen on the boat. I'm just preparing.
Well, I mean, we already caught some hijinks last Monday.
Woo. Yay! Inter-party conflict resolved, and Inanna's not gonna leave.
Yeah.
Bill, you want to close us out?
Is Shane back?
I don't think so.
He's going to get some pasta salad. I think we may have lost him to the pasta salad.
I wanted to bother him with the Fadewind thing.
Oh, that's very valid. He's lost.
Don't
in
worry.
The process.
We'll wait.
So, do y'all want any of this breakfast wine, or is it all for me? Bryn is using prestidigitation to add a splash of orange flavor to it. As every good
Orange essence.
yeah, as every good mimosa should be, and it's just all lime with a hint of orange. And
Oh
orange
yeah,
was-
no, I am the opposite bitch. I do not like to taste alcohol in my drinks. I want to
Connor-
get super fucked up and not realize I'm drinking
Yeah.
alcohol.
Connor's the same way. Ren is not.
Huron just rests a paw on his shoulder. We are done talking to him.
A hoof.
I don't stick my whole like fucking leg on him. That's my arm.
The hoof in the mouth just.
No.
Listen, you don't have paws on your hands.
that was
meaty claw.
That was an anguished no out of Pyro. The
Look,
idea of
after the
Huron
last
sticking a
Sunday,
hoof
I am
into my
stricken
mouth.
dead by you animals.
Hey, you're the animal here.
Yeah.
I remember a conversation about a sickle castrating martyr. Let's revisit that.
So, Huron, you wanted to
Okay.
chit chat?
Yes, I do. You.
Yeah. You've got the first word out. Now just put the second one in.
You are a wild card. And I know nothing I do will be able to stop you from your hijinks.
I
Thank
return.
you.
I just want you to know, Ring, that I currently have much more to live. So I will not invite the lemur into my life.
Good.
But there is a line that will be towed to where I don't care what the lemur does to me, and I'll pat him on the shoulder.
Just okay. I get it.
And I don't care how many id saves I have to make. I only have to hit you like 3 times.
I think you're underestimating your womp ability.
I think.
Sorry,
No,
I was lost in thought. Why are we threatening each other again?
Oh no!
We're
Well,
joking.
the
This
Theodore had a
Fadewind keeps
question.
asking you if he's higher than the Lord.
Yeah, Fada would just sort of like after everything, Fada would just sidles up to you. Am I higher than the horse?
Everyone's higher than the horse. Oh,
My familiar is mimicking. Am I higher than the horse? Am I higher than the horse? Am I higher than the horse?
I won't judge you if you kill the bird. I don't think that counts for the lemur.
Well, I mean, I think it's a fair question. Is my summon lower than yours?
look, I don't know my way around the words to iterate it in any other way, but I trust you all better than the horse. It's
On a
So
scale of 1 to
Uh-huh.
10,
The horse is below the familiar.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is Vena blushing?
She is very embarrassed.
The blood pressure's spiking
I
right
didn't
now.
talk about the horse. Just leave me alone with the horse.
You know what? This calls for a group hug.
So I'm hearing the familiar outranks your horse.
shut up, Rin.
As Huron, being the naturally larger creature, brings everyone, including Fadewind and Slade, I guess, and the horse, and the
The
familiar into a
horse.
hug.
The bird tries to fly away, and there's such a mass. He's pulled in. Just
I have my own gravitational pull. You are stuck.
Yeah, get in here, motherfucker.
Everyone gets a hug.
I'm gonna turn into a diamond.
Good. You're diamond in the rough. I just gotta
Go.
squeeze you. Gotta squeeze you, boy.
Meanwhile, the horse.
Therapy was supposed. Rehab was supposed to.
I'm so hungry. You can eat what?
How hungry?
How hungry?
The horse looks at you, panicked.
No, not panicked.
The horse weeping in the corner. They don't trust me because it is sentient. The horse is sentient. As a reminder, like Greater Steed, I think it can talk to you. And
No.
hang on, it can talk to her now.
It's not greater steed, it's just fine steed.
Yeah. I think it can still talk to her and
It's
understand
not
her.
like Zephyr, you little shit. Leave it alone.
My master detests me. I am.
My mother cares not for us.
Des tried to be nice to Zephyr. Zephyr was a cunt.
Yes.
Why would you say
proto
that's
Rin.
not pepper?
Yeah, you
This is
can.
what
The steed understands, but the steed cannot talk back.
Damn it!
So it understands that Vena hates it. That Vena thinks it's the lowest of the trash.
I don't hate anyone.
Just a single tear down the horse's.
depressed nay parentheses depressed.
Hey,
Dana just falls into the dirt, just hands down in defeat.
Oh, by the way, Ziggy came by and gave us an apology gift. It's an elemental gem. Does anybody want it? No? Okay, I'll hold on to it. Thanks, guys.
I don't even know what that is
it's a
or
water
what it
elemental.
does.
I've already lost for the day.
It can't get any worse.
Huron just squats next to Vena. I still think you're pretty neat.
Thanks.
I just think they're neat.
And I'll pick Vena up like a suitcase. All right, let's go. What was her job again? As I sling her over my shoulder.
I don't know. I think we were getting paid.
Well, no, we had 2 jobs and then we go back to get paid.
Yeah,
Oh, neat.
it's the
Well, it
Knoll
was some
Oh, no.
the Knoll job.
Knoll job
Finally,
that-
something for me. Yeah!
I'll go
Put
have
me
a
down,
horse for a moment.
please.
I will put Vena down on her depressed horse.
Just
How hungry?
I canonically now picture this horse like it's got black markings around its eye, running eyeliner.
just so sad all the time. Just so sad.
You see, this is actually the origin story for Zinkiri's nightmare. This leads to down a path.
Oh my
Try
god.
so hard.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
You know, it's kind of fucked up of Vena to say she hates her horse.
I hate my life.
Don't hate you. No.
Jane and Vena in the same mood right now.
Bill,
very-
no.
Simultaneous emotion.
That is no Veda's horse. It's not a face buff.
Just playing a lot of emo kid music. Just all the OG My Chemical Romance albums.
Rin has his
Nightwish.
viol out and he's playing
He's like,
Welcome to
I'm
the
gonna
Black
run
Parade.
away from home and I'm gonna be a horse in the Black Parade, Mom.
Doing the fucking Welcome to the Black Parade on the violin. Just
You just play a G and the horse's ears perk up.
The dungeon master.
No.
You play a G and you start plucking the rest of the strings and the horse is like, I'm ready. The horse immediately knows.
He's ready to lead the parade.
Huh?
He is. He's the horse at the front of the Black Parade.
Emo horse.
He's like, I'm gonna be the savior of the beaten, the broken, and the damned, Mom. You know.
Yeah.
This is my nightmare.
I think this is Vena's nightmare.
This
She
is
might still
entirely
be-
Veda's nightmare.
And his nightmare was a little worse than this, but it's on track.
I love
The
that
day's still young, Vena.
always, every week for the past month, this has been how Mondays have ended, and I love this theme of just
Oh.
Mondays ending on hysterical laugh.
So it's the spot for your steed.
I love that like half of Shane's characters are just pained caretakers. Sister and Vena have had to repeatedly look at my character and go, "Character, please."
Please. Please.
Which also says that actually, Marta, please.
I'll do it.
He does not say please to Marta. He says, Marta, stop talking.
The only reason he doesn't do it on Saturdays because God's the one making